Well, spring can be make or break for buying or selling your home. In Detroit, inventory 34% lower than it was this time 5 years ago. And the 5 year price appreciation from March of 2019 until now, it's roughly 8 points higher than the national average. So while these numbers may seem bleak, there are some factors which will benefit buyers. For more insight, we're joined now by Sean Black from Knock. We're so glad to have you here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So, those numbers that we just, shared do seem pretty bleak. Paint a picture for our viewers.
So, Detroit, the real estate market in Detroit and the rest of the country is moving very quickly and very sharply. So, in March, the market in Detroit went from being a decidedly buyer's market to a seller's market in the same month. And that is due to seasonality, where Detroit tends to rise and fall very sharply, much more sharply than the national average. So, to your point, prices homes that were sold in March, closed in March, were down 20% almost from 5 years before pre-pandemic lows. But homes that actually went under contract in March in Detroit were actually 17% above the national average. That's a 40% gap in 1 month, which means that it is officially now a seller's market in Detroit in the spring.
And obviously, spring is always a really hot time, right, for real estate. Take a look, look into your crystal ball a little bit. I know predictions are so hard to make. However, where do you see things going here in the next couple of months in Metro Detroit?
Sure. The prices in the first 2 months of April have gone up 10% in Detroit. So, inventory has risen about the same amount, but inventory isn't going to keep up with the demand, even at higher interest rates. There is more buyers than there are sellers, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon with the Fed pushing rate cuts off till fall.
Okay, so as we look at the numbers and we see more buyers than sellers out there, what's your advice for someone who might be looking to get into a home? Do you say rent, hold off altogether, or continue kind of pounding the pavement and still, trying to give it that old college try and doing your best and join those others who are making those offers only to possibly get turned down?
Yeah, I think you need to be aggressive. I think if you need a home now, then this is always the time to buy. I think you can lower your interest rate later as the rates go down, but you can't negotiate lower prices as they're going up against other people. If you're going to compete against others, come to the table with as close to a cash offer as possible. Companies like Knock help you buy your new home before you sell your old one by giving you the money out of your old home so that you don't have to wait for it to sell. You need to drop your contingencies. If you go to a seller who has multiple offers and say you need to wait till your home sells, likely you're not going to win that bidding war.
And
But
Sean,
there's that.
oh no, go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was going to say there's never a bad time to buy because prices look like they're going to continue to go up with inventory levels continue to be suppressed for the foreseeable future.
So it's interesting, you mentioned cash offers. If you can't make a cash offer that can compete with these other aggressive potential buyers out there, should you just sit it out?
No, I think again there are innovative companies like ours who we effectively make it so that your home, as far as the new mortgage is concerned, is gone, is off the market, is sold. And we do that by lending you the money out of that home and giving you a backup offer on that house, so you can buy and move into your new home as if you were paying for it all cash, and then sell your home on the open market for top dollar in the same market that you're buying in. And that's the way to sort of leverage or take advantage of the dynamics of the market right now. You don't have to necessarily sit it out. You just need to be a little bit creative and do things perhaps a little bit differently than your predecessors.
And then obviously keeping a close eye on interest rates, that's going to change things as well, one way or another. Do you see things kind of stabilizing a bit in the summer, maybe picking back up in the fall, or vice versa?
Well, the rates have risen the last couple of months, and buyers have continued to be aggressive in the market, generally and nationally. I think when rates go down, the expectation is that more buyers will come into the market. Perhaps more sellers will as well, as they're trading up into a not as bad of a rate. But those sellers, if they're also buying, are just absorbing as much inventory as they're taking. So I think the rates are going to, as they go down, going to bring more buyers. So again, you can now take whatever rates on the table and refinance in 6 months. Maybe the rates are 2 points lower, and then you get the best of both worlds.
All right. A lot to navigate this season for sure. Thanks so much, Sean, for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.